Yeah, of course. Yeah, there's a bit of that. I think it's not always as extreme as well. I think there's sometimes I get why everyone's talking about it and making a bigger deal of it. But I've got a really good relationship with Ben. We had some really good conversations, and he's in a really good place, and part of us is helping him take his steps in development and growing him as a player, and sometimes that's little steps, sometimes that's bigger steps. He's taken some huge steps recently in terms of the goals he scored and the impact and that confidence and that belief that he's playing with now is great to see, and we obviously got to manage that as well, and we got some good forwards, so it's one of those decisions that we got to try and get right, but I've got no problem with Ben, and he hasn't got an issue. He obviously wants to play, but I can't speak highly enough of how he's been and the work he's putting in and his attitude to come on and do what he's done again. I thought he's finished just with so much confidence and belief and ruthless finish, which kind of sums up where he's at the minute, which is great to see. Yeah, and it takes a lot of different things to win games as well, and sometimes it'll come a little bit easier and it'll click and the goals will flow and you attack well and the game is a lot more in kind of your favour. Other times, like tonight, credit to Everton, it was a bit of a tight game in some ways, and then it was a little bit sticky. It wasn't flowing as much for us, but I think the spirit and the belief and the trust that the lads are gaining between themselves and between all of us, I think, is important. And we kind of spoke about that before the game, really. If sometimes you've got to rely on that, and to have it, don't take it for granted. And they had it tonight. They needed everybody to put in that little bit extra, and that, in the end, that's what we got out of the game. Yeah, massively, and I think that's part of it. Sometimes is learning to cope with it. And I've said it recently. I said it when I first came. Sometimes it were easy, and it's maybe rightly so at times, not so on others. Of just expecting players to perform, and sometimes there's a lot more goes into it, and feeling the environment, being comfortable in your surroundings to be able to perform is important. And sometimes it takes a little bit of getting used to, really, and whether you're starting or coming off the bench, and that's part of our job to try and manage that, and but yeah, particularly Senna, I thought he was outstanding tonight. I think as a goalkeeper, really, you couldn't expect, you couldn't hope for much more. Safe hands, calm, composed, came and punched when he needed to, and calmed things down. I thought it was an exemplary kind of performance. So I was delighted for him.